Welcome to Plan Manager Assist podcast on the upcoming changes within the NDIS. Today we're with Josephine and Monique, one of our plan managers from Plan Manager Assist.
Hi Jo, how are you?
I'm good, Monique, thank you.
Jo, can we start off by talking about what the changes are that NDIS participants may see post the 3rd of October?
Well, these changes have just come out, Monique, and they've just come out, but they're not being released until the 3rd of October 2024. And what they're saying, if a participant's plan is reviewed, the new plan will have a total budget amount. This means you'll see a total amount for all supports in the plan.
This will be really helpful, Jo, because currently we can only see plan managed funds and have no visibility of any funds that might be self or NDA managed. So to be able to see the full picture and provide that information to participants and support coordinators would be very beneficial.
Which is great. Also, for all new plans created after the 3rd of October, they'll only be for 12 months. Now, they may look at extending this over time, but they've actually stated 12 months up front. So current plans show line by line supports. The new plans will be shown as a total budget.
Which does make sense because whilst the individual lines have totals within core, it is the total of core that is the important thing to focus on because it's all flexible. So actually it really is beneficial if you can just see the one total, and then that can be used for any of the items within core.
So let's see what's going to happen there. But also it states too, you can only spend your NDIS funding on things that are NDIS supports. The new rule will also include things you can't use your NDIS funding for. So that will be interesting to see what they're going to rule out there.
It will be, and apparently on the 3rd of October or shortly thereafter, there will be a list defining the things that can be funded and those that can't. So that will help everyone to be on the same page and to know what things you can use your funding for and what things you can't.
Yeah, look, they say that not all changes will happen at once, and the NDIS will inform as they're moving along with these changes. So getting on to what a new NDIS plans and they now have a new look, Monique.
They do. The NDIS have said that they're going to make some improvements to the way they look to make the plans easier to read. There have been a few changes. So initially with PACE plans, when they first come out, was a version that didn't give much information. There was very little detail. In fact, there was no detail around things like AT funding. It was just the budget figures. And they've realised that this isn't particularly helpful. So the second version that's come out has more information that is personalised to the participant. But there are still things missing. There's no date of birth, for example, on those. So there will be another version, I imagine, that will come out in the not too distant future. But they say that there'll be more information explaining the types of supports that are included in a participant's plan, and that there'll be also information in there on how to protect the plans from fraud, of which there is plenty around at the moment.
Yes, look, I think we need that more information because when participants ring in and they want to know, can we access this, or can we provide this for their participant or their family member? If nothing's in the plan, it makes it very, very hard for us as plan managers to be able to manage that going forward. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, that's the case for sure, because we don't have visibility. We're not privy to the specific disability of the participant, so we don't know the kind of things that the NDIS has decided would be useful for that particular participant. So to have that information in the plan, again, keeps everyone on the same page. We know the things that they're entitled to claim for and the things that they aren't.
Yeah. Well, are there any changes now when an NDIS plan ends?
When an NDIS plan comes to an end, NDIS will need to do a plan reassessment. And then when they reassess the plan, it'll depend on the participant's situation and the support needs. Now, increasingly, this is becoming difficult. It's becoming difficult to have an early review and near impossible if it's just a case of the funds have run out. If a change of circumstances has been lodged, that's different, but can also take time. So it's important to gather clear evidence and make sure that you do it in a timely manner and not leaving it till the last minute. The kind of evidence that you're looking for are therapy assessments, medical reports, recommendations from healthcare professionals, and it's best to ensure that all supporting evidence is ready before requesting a plan change. Plan change requests without supporting evidence will cause delays, and look, you can't have too much information. The more you have to support your case for your review, the better.
Yes, I think it's really important. I mean, I've been through that with my brother, and we had so much supporting evidence, and it still took time for this plan to be reassessed and approved. So there's a real high on the priority list is having all that evidence to back up what you need when you are requesting a plan change.
And well ahead of time if you can, because
Yeah.
nothing happens quickly.
Yeah. So the NDIS will look at NDIS plan budgets and spending as well, mainstream and community support that you're actually having, and any reports from providers like support coordinators or psychosocial recovery coaches, and any new or different information about a participant's situation. So if something's changed with your participant, loved one, whatever it may be, all the providers they work with, please put this information forward so that, and if they know them well, they'll know what changes have taken place and submit that with your update for your plan review.
That's right, Jo.
Yes, I don't think there's anything else we need to cover. We're just sort of waiting for the NDIS to put these changes through. We're a little bit in the dark as to some of the changes and what they are going to implement. But the most important thing is we'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening at Plan Manage Assist. And if you have any questions or queries and you want to talk to us about any plan changes, please don't hesitate to call us on 1300 199 960. And thank you, Monique, for your time today.
My pleasure, Jo.